What type of visa do you need depends on what your role is. If you're an athlete, there are certain categories that you can look at. And if you're not an athlete, there are certain categories that you can look at. So we'll start with an athlete first. Athletes need either a P-1 or an O-1 visa. And the P-1 is the most popular. It's a little bit easier to get than the O-1. And what it is for is only for competing. You're not supposed to be coaching or doing any other type of jobs on the P-1. You can get sponsorships, but primarily it's based on competing in events that require international athletes. So it can't be coming to do little club sports here and there. It has to be pretty robust sports that have prize money, probably broadcasting rights and things of that nature. Now, if you are an athlete that wants to do more than just compete, or if you just want to coach or do seminars, or if your sport doesn't have activities that likely rise to needing international athletes, then you may want to look at the O-1 visa. The O-1 visa is probably the highest level non-immigrant visa that you can get. Non-immigrant means that it doesn't come with a green card. But the way we structure the O-1 visas, you can have a wide variety of work authorization that extends much further than the P-1, which is only really for competing. On the O-1, you can do podcasts, you can do movies, you can start a business, you can do a lot. And you can also compete on that O-1, and there's no requirement that you have to be competing in events that require the participation of international athletes. Next, if you're a coach, then it's a kind of different. And by coach, I also mean if you're an agent or if you're a team owner or things like that, there's a couple other options that would be viable. For one, the P-1 is not an option for almost every situation not involving an athlete. The only exception is when there's a major league team involved. So if you're in the NBA and you're a coach, then you can get a P-1. Other than that, there's really two ways to get a visa that are most common. One is coaches, of course, can get O-1 visas. And we've also done this for sports executives, managers, and other people that are associated with the sports league itself. And this is a great idea because it gives you a visa on your own. You don't need to have anybody else attached to it to get these visas. Now, the other common visa categories for non-athletes are the P-1S and the O-2. Both of these are essential support staff visas that are tied to a principal O-1 or P-1 athlete. So if you are tied to an athlete that's on P-1 or O-1, then as a support staff to them, whether it be a coach, a manager, a nutritionist, a parent, an aunt, then you can possibly be eligible for the P-1S if they have a P-1, or an O-2 if the principal person is on an O-1 visa. So that's one thing to know. If you're a coach, the P-1 visa is probably not for you. If you're an athlete, you can look at the P-1 or the O-1 visa. But it's always good to just fill in the intake sheet so we can give you the best eligibility feedback on which visa category is good for you.